Hi brodies, Marvin here from techbirol.com, where we do unboxings, reviews, and sexy b-rolls. And today we have yet another new smartphone from REALME. Just when I thought they were done for a while with the recent launch of the 6 series lineup, here comes another one. But what's interesting here is that what we have here today is actually their new flagship offering in the form of the new REALME X3 Superzoom. Is anyone excited about this? Because I am, and as a camera enthusiast, I'm quite interested to see how that periscope telephoto lens performs. But for now, let's just do a quick unboxing and discuss its key specifications because this one actually packs flagship killer-like hardware. With that being said, let's get into it. Alright, so right here we have the packaging for the REALME X3 Superzoom, and as expected, even on a flagship phone, the packaging is pretty standard with a typical yellow box and some branding around it. And then of course at the back we have here the 4 main specifications, and as you can already tell, it packs some serious hardware featuring the capable Snapdragon 855 Plus partnered with a 120Hz ultra smooth display and an overkill 32MP selfie camera alongside a 64MP 60x super zoom. Now what we have here is the insane 12GB RAM, 256 internal storage, Arctic White variant. I'm quite excited about this, so let's see what comes in the package. Okay, so opening the box, the first thing you'll notice is another accessory box, and inside it we have a couple of paperworks and a free jelly case, which I always appreciate from REALME. After that, we have the REALME X3 Superzoom smartphone itself, but let me just put it aside as we take a look at the other contents of the package. So underneath the paper cover, we have a SIM ejector pin, the quite hefty 30W power brick that as per specifications can charge the 4200mAh of battery to 100% in just 55 minutes. And what I like about this is the attention to detail, with some yellow accents on both the power brick as well as on this quite substantial USB Type-C charging cable. And that's about it for the unboxing, pretty straightforward and somehow predictable with any REALME smartphone release. Alright guys, let me just set this up so that we can take a look around the new REALME X3 Superzoom. So right off the gate, once I'm done setting up the REALME X3 Superzoom, it prompted me to update, which I of course oblige. Okay, so here's the REALME X3 Superzoom smartphone, which features a 6.6-inch IPS display with a Full HD Plus 2400 by 1080 resolution, 399 ppi, and with a screen-to-body ratio of around 90.5%. As you can see, the bezels are relatively thin even on the chin. This display is also protected by Corning Gorilla Glass 5, and it does get substantially bright as you can see here. Aside from that, it also features a punch hole design to make way for the dual selfie camera, and we also have a subtle earpiece on the edge of the smartphone. And lastly, in front, as you can already tell, it also has a pre-installed screen protector, which is really nice, partnered with the included jelly case. So essentially, you shouldn't have to worry about using this phone out of the box. Overall, in terms of my first impressions about the display, it is pretty good. Brightness levels are quite substantial, and it also has a good amount of contrast and details. Now, flipping it on the left side, we have the individual volume up and down buttons. And then on the top, we have a microphone, and flipping it all over at the right side, we have the side-mounted fingerprint reader that also doubles as the power button, and as you can see, the sides have this sort of curved design. Now, turning the phone at the bottom, we have the SIM card tray that supports dual nano SIM cards, the main microphone, a USB Type-C port, and a single downward firing speaker. We don't have expandable storage here, but I don't think that's going to be an issue as this phone comes in a substantially large 256GB of internal storage already. Now, looking at the back in terms of the design, this is probably my most favorite thing about this phone, aside from its serious hardware inside. As you can see, the design of this phone is quite unique, with this sort of frosted finish that not only looks damn good, but is also fingerprint resistant. It also reacts to lighting and changes its reflections depending on the angle, and perfectly shows its Arctic White effect. Now, here at the back, of course, we have the quad camera setup that features a 64MP main camera with a Samsung GW1 sensor, an 8MP periscope lens with up to 5x optical zoom, another 8MP ultra-wide-angle lens, and a 2MP macro lens. Aside from that, of course, we have a small flash right beside the quad camera setup. The camera bump is quite obvious, but once you put a jelly case in this, it can lay flat on a surface. And lastly, here at the back, we have a REALME logo at the lower left corner. Overall, in terms of our parts overview and my first impressions when it comes to the design, I am really happy with this, especially the quite unique frosted fingerprint resistant finish at the back and the overall sleek and premium feel of the REALME X3 Superzoom. Now moving on to the user interface, as expected, the REALME X3 Superzoom also features REALME UI based on Android 10, and I keep on saying this, but I am a fan of this user interface. It is clean, relatively lightweight, and only has a few pre-installed apps and doesn't have much unnecessary feature that only takes space on your storage. Browsing through the user interface is also pretty straightforward without much complication to the UI, and with some powerful hardware inside, the experience is snappy and responsive, especially with a 120Hz display. Speaking of hardware, let's talk about the key specifications of the REALME X3 Superzoom. Like I said, this phone features the latest REALME UI based on Android 10, so you'll get all the features Android 10 has to offer. Now, backing up those features, the REALME X3 Superzoom features a highly capable Snapdragon 855 Plus chipset with an Adreno 640 GPU partnered with an overkill 12GB of RAM and 256GB of storage. Speaking of storage, you'll get approximately 234GB of available storage out of the box. Not only that, but the REALME X3 Superzoom also pushed the limits of their previous best offering by having a higher refresh rate of 120Hz for its display, which is only fitting given the hardware it has inside. The only drawback that I can think of when taking advantage of this high refresh rate feature is the quite small 4200 mAh of battery. The good thing is that it supports quick charge using the 30W charger that again can charge the phone up to 100% in just less than an hour. Now I'll pop the complete specifications of the REALME X3 Superzoom on the screen so that you can check it out. And that's about it guys for the unboxing experience and quick overview. But before we end this video, let's just do a quick Antutu benchmark so that you can have a bit of an idea how capable the REALME X3 Superzoom really is. Now with out-of-the-box settings, meaning Smart Power Saver is on and performance mode set to smart, our Antutu benchmark score is only around 486,489, but turning the Smart Power Saver feature off and enabling high performance mode on, as you can see, we got the full potential of the Snapdragon 855 Plus, Adreno 640 and all the other components with a whopping score of 504,700. And it's quite amazing to see that it is almost on par with a Samsung Galaxy S20 Plus and even against an ROG Phone 2 in a fraction of their price. In our full review, since we already know that the hardware on this phone is highly capable for gaming, I'll probably focus more on the camera performance as I feel like it is one of its selling points, especially with the periscope camera and up to 60% zoom feature partnered with a massive 32MP front-facing selfie camera and all the other features like Starry Mode, Tripod Mode, Ultra Steady and Steady Max and everything the 6 cameras on this phone has to offer. But don't worry guys, as I'll make sure to still provide you with an adequate gaming performance test and everything else that you need to know about the REALME X3 Superzoom. Alright, before I let you go, here are some sample photos for you guys as a teaser on what's coming up next on our full review. And there you have it guys, thank you for watching. Make sure to subscribe so you won't miss the full review. And please let me know what you think about the new REALME X3 Superzoom on the comments below and what particular feature you like about this phone. Huge thanks to REALME for sending this in and watch out for their official launch via a live stream on July 9 on REALME's official Facebook page. Thank you for watching, see you next time, have a great day guys, you're awesome.